Konnichiwa. Irashaimase. Welcome to my business. Genki desu ka? How are you? I'm in Fukushima now. We're going to go climbing, but it's closed until 1 o'clock, so I thought I'd go for a walk to a hill just on the horizon. So we'll see how that goes. I just thought I'd make a video today about Monero, please. Arigatou gozaimasu. Hi. Yeah, I wanted to talk about cryptocurrency at the minute, because it's something I know a bit about, I think. So there's been a big push for ZCASH or ZCASH, which is a privacy coin which has really taken off recently, but it's been invested in quite heavily by BlackRock. I think they've contributed to over $284 million being put into it recently, so it's shot up. And I don't advocate that as a privacy coin. I advocate Monero always. Because it's used as a currency on the dark web. The dark web's just a spell which makes you think of it as a bad thing, the dark web, when it's just a free market. But people use Monero to buy things. And it's probably the only crypto which is used as a currency, maybe Bitcoin a little bit. And how did Bitcoin take off? It took off because it was on the free market, or as we're told to say, the dark web. It was used on there. So people wanted to buy it, buy the currency. They wanted to use it as a currency to get illegal drugs, maybe an assassin and a tiger, maybe pull someone some anthrax as well. Basically, they'd use that to keep the money anonymous. But it's been infiltrated, and from what I understand, there's been a lot of spaghetti code put on top of it. Basically, it's not private anymore. There have been people who've been caught from using Bitcoin on free market websites in the past, whereas with Monero, I've never seen a story where someone's been caught using Monero to buy anything, because it's impossible. You know, no matter how dumb you are, you can't get yourself traced. So it is a genuine threat to the system. And basically with ZCASH, they're having meetings at the White House, and at the foundation, it's not private. At its foundational level, on Binance, if they, if you're not allowed to shield any of your coins or something, or they don't allow the shielding, or they close accounts if they see that you've used it for private transactions. And also, you can only withdraw it if you make that transaction public. It's not private, but it's really took off. It's been promoted heavily. It's like the controlled opposition. But fortunately, let's say if you were going to invest in gold, you'd maybe look at other precious metals to invest in, just to do some research. So you look at silver, palladium, I don't know, anything, which has all gone up, which is all good investments. I just don't have any, because I don't have any possessions anymore. But I think people will be researching other cryptocurrencies, you know, if they've hopefully got a bit of a brain. And so I think Monero's ended up, it's been delayed. It's it's taking off, but it should happen soon. It did start happening yesterday, and then it's come back a bit. Anyway, let's have a look around here. So this is Fukushima. That traditional part of town. I'm heading towards that green. It's like a hill. So yeah, it's just a very good investment, and it's like, I suppose it's been delayed because, you know, this digital ID, it's only just really becoming a more prominent issue now. I think politicians are going past us. Stop digital ID. Free them. Some free promotion on my big channel. Yeah, so digital ID has only just become a prominent thing, and it is starting to become more of an issue now, even although it's always been on the agenda. But now the reality, I think, is kicking in for people, and you'd have to do something about it. The thing is, people never do anything about it until it's too late, and you can see this through how people have dealt with hyperinflation in the past, even in the recent past. But anyway, with say as an example, when Germany went into hyperinflation, I think just after World War One, it's like everyone would be queuing at the banks after the money's not worth anything. That's the wrong way to do it. It really happens a lot. I think it happened in Cyprus, you know, when the government took everyone's money to pay for something. They took chunks of everyone's money, and everyone were queuing at the bank afterwards to take the money out. And no, that's like the wrong way to do it. You take your money out before the crash and invest. And just think, how can whatever currency you hold, British pound, US dollar, Japanese yen, how can it hold its value when it's just printed off all the time? Now it's just numbers typed into a screen, and that creates more of it, so then there's less demand because the supply is so high. It's just basic supply and demand. It's like if you had money everywhere, like that duck from DuckTales where he's jumping into pools of gold, then the value becomes less. And like Bitcoin, Monero imitates gold in that it was mined digitally, and it becomes harder to mine as time goes on. So it becomes scarce but still shows up, so people can still get it. So yeah, I just think it's showing signs now, especially like it had a big like 20% pump over the past couple of days. It's corrected itself and gone down, so it would be a good time to invest, I think. Like I've been holding on to it for years and always believed in it. I've sold all my other cryptos, and basically just left with Monero. Is there anything else I want to report on it? I can't see it going down. There was a bit of a wobble. There was a company called Qubit that was working on mining over 50% of it at any time, where they just put all their energy into mining Monero, and then they'd get 50% of the hash rate or mining rate, and then they could influence certain aspects of the currency. But they didn't do anything and nothing happened. But that was felt like a bit of a wobble when before that just thought there's no way it can really drop massively in value, because everyone in it's pretty clued up. If you've got Monero, you've usually got an idea of cryptocurrency and also its purpose, and its purpose is to Make currency, the exchange of energy, peer-to-peer, person-to-person. Cut out the middleman. Cut out the third party. Whether that be in communication, you cut out Facebook and YouTube and moderate your comments. Whether it be in money, you use Monero or Pirate Chain. Somewhat private with no middleman. There's no one regulating if you can send some money to some fella in Nigeria. It's your responsibility. What else is an example of peer-to-peer? Communication, money, just banks. Fucking banks telling you what you can spend your money on. Fuck banks. Government are a third party. I can't believe it now. I can't believe that a government can tell you like what you can ingest. Just what you can do with your own life. I just find it incredible now. Like, who is the government to tell you what you do in your life? So anyway, won't delve too deep into that, but I don't believe in government at all. I believe in anarchy. And anarchy is not someone throwing a Molotov through a window, as we've been programmed to believe. It just means that you don't have a ruler. In Greek, an means without, arche ruler. Without ruler. So you've got complete sovereignty and responsibility of your own life and true independence. Nobody telling you what to do. I suppose people would be worried now, almost everyone. Oh man, you know, there'd be chaos on the streets. Well, yeah, it's because people are so mentally ill because of the current system. Like, can I not have a right just to go and live somewhere? You know, just to live somewhere private. I don't know. Or live with like-minded people without a government getting involved. But then, you know, because I seem to be one of very few people who want that genuinely and would act upon it, you end up putting your head above the parapet. But even then, even when I've done it with a tax thing, like my most popular YouTuber video, nothing bad happened. Nothing bad seems to happen as long as you're grounded within yourself and believe in what you're doing and have confidence in yourself. So yeah, but I suppose I'm still using fiat currency because I need somewhere to sleep and I need to buy food. I need to do things, and everyone operates on a shit currency, fiat currency, but we all choose to use it. So can't complain really. If you can't really complain about government as well. If you're voting people in, you know, it's insane. It's insane. Just, I probably talked about this in a previous video, but again, in Greek, governe means to control. Mente means mind in Greek. So government basically means control mind. That's what the word means. I think we're getting towards that hill. A bit further away than I thought. Let's probably talk about my own situation a bit. I've got one more night here in Fukushima. The hotel's pretty good, but everywhere in Japan gets very expensive at the weekend. So it's like you've got to book in advance for the weekend, otherwise you're paying like $100 for a capsule hotel or a hostel. I don't fancy doing that at 38. Not hostels. I'm not interested in most people anyway. But it is good to meet people. Met a few good people when I was staying at Lake Inawashiro. They're a cool American cyclist guy and nice German couple who I'd have like a different guest because I were there for about 6 nights. It's a different person to talk to every night. Oh, pretty good. So I did a lot of hiking there. I might post some pictures of it. Met some Japanese people who recommended I get some gyoza in Fukushima. It's famous for gyoza. So I went to one of those places where everyone's queuing up outside, and they were all right. Like, I wouldn't queue up for it again. It looked good, but it was just like some some pretty bland, slightly bitter pork in like a rice dumpling. I had a good breakfast this morning. I had some steamed fish and rice, Greek yogurt, coffee. What else? Oh, these chicken. I get these like chicken hot dogs. It's like a steamed chicken sausage. Just a load of protein. Hold on, I'll just recenter this. Just a load of protein, basically. It's got cheese and chives in it. So our diet's going pretty well. So yeah, I need to maybe get a bit more secure where I'm staying. This has gone to look at the sky now, this camera. It always looks for me like it's not focusing on me, but then it is when I watch the video back. Weather don't know what it's doing. So I was going to go climbing, but that's closed until 1. Japan's pretty good. I've been learning Japanese. I might tell you a story about when I first came to Japan 12 years ago. I'd just been in Mexico and I was useless at speaking Spanish. I walked around Mexico saying, "Hola, ¿dónde está?" which means hello, where is it? And I thought I was saying, hello, how are you? So when I was saying what I thought was, hello, how are you, in a shop, I wondered why people were looking under tables, looking behind them at different fags. Didn't know what was going on. And then I left Mexico thinking those Mexicans weren't as friendly as people said. You know, some were waving me out of shops and stuff because they thought I was taking the piss. And I only found that out probably just before I left. So then on the plane, I remember I've got to learn Japanese. I've got to learn at least some greetings. So I thought I'd learn all the great greetings. Konnichiwa, konbanwa, ohayo gozaimasu, oyasumi nasai. And then the first place I went, the person serving, the person behind the counter at the restaurant said, "Irashaimase." I thought, oh fuck, what does that mean? It must mean hello. So I just started doing it. So I'd go into a ramen restaurant, get "Irashaimase," so I'd just say it back, "Irashaimase," and be really happy with myself, really confident eating my dinner. And it turned out it meant welcome to my business. So I'm making a bit more of an effort now. I have learned how to, I've said before, I've learned how to read these. This is katakana on this sign. I think that's hit. Mind you, I think that's fu, wa, ku, whatever that means. I just don't know what they mean. I'll read it and then not know what it means. And I'm worse at, that's katakana. I'm best at hiragana. It's like the curved writing. Kanji, I have no idea, the complicated one. But yeah, I'm considering making some, well, I've made quite a bit of content lately, which is pretty good. Here we are, Shinobuyama Park. Look, even parks are bob on. I think I can walk across here, it'd be right. Shinobuyama Park, this looks beautiful. I guess there's a reason I came to this area. I think we'll just walk up. Let's just walk up. Let's walk up this hill. Yeah, I was thinking of making more of an effort at making gaming content where I play games but I only use punches or melee. So I just punch every enemy till they're dead. Just knock everyone out, or hit them with a baseball bat or a snooker cue or whatever. That'd be fun. That'd be a fun job if I can get it to take off, but that'd take time. So I might be better moving somewhere a bit cheaper. Moving somewhere a bit cheaper. I was thinking Da Nang in Vietnam, checking that out, and just concentrating on playing beat 'em ups and punching people on games like Doom and Indiana Jones. Trying to make some money out of it. I need to create a Twitch account. But yeah, that'd be a good job. I talked about a Venn diagram in the previous video, and it's basically a series of circles, and when they overlap, in terms of finding a job, it'd be a good thing. Like I'd enjoy playing games and streaming it. Got some experience with streaming, doing stuff like this. Or other one, profitability. Maybe it doesn't. Maybe it's not very profitable. Oh shit! I don't know what camera did there. It's lost the plot. There we are. Camera just did a big spin. Walk down here. Won't walk to the top yet. This looks like a nice autumn walk. So yeah, it just I'm proficient in socking people on video games. I enjoy it. Profitability, if I can make money, I've cracked it. So I just need to sit down somewhere for a month, play a load of games. And I can't really do that in Japan. It's just too expensive for accommodation, and it's not like it's extortionate. It's not like it's as expensive as England, but just at the weekends it is. Even the cheaper options like capsule hotels end up costing like $100 on a Saturday night. Everywhere ends up booked up. So I end up having to move. It forces me to have to move, and I like to settle down somewhere for at least a few days at a time now, because I've got my suitcase with all my belongings in it. I do like just to settle down somewhere for a few nights. So there's a little football pitch here, and maybe something that's part of a school. Strange variety of trees. That looks like tropical, this thing, almost like palm leaves. But then you've got like British trees next to them. They've got different colours, like these beech trees that go red. Like beautiful red instead of yellow. Then you've got like cypress trees, I think, here, and pine trees. I think I'm heading back down. I don't want to do that, I want to head up. So yeah, I'm all well though. I think I'm pretty good. I'm happy Monero took off a bit and it's gaining traction, because that's all I've got now. I don't have anything else. But you know, I have enough to keep me going for a bit. Hopefully, maybe through the winter. I do need to do some work and that. I'm hanging around for this job, this teaching job, but they're all video interviews anyway. And I could just do those in Vietnam or Thailand if I can get back into Thailand. I think I would do. No one said anything the last time. Mind you, I crossed over a border near, well, the Lao border on a boat, and he did ask us a fair few questions, like where you're staying, why you're coming back. But I extended it, and extension went through no problem. It's all good. Beautiful place. Don't know what that says. That's all kanji. Just got it parked up on his drive. Let's head up here. I feel like I'm going up Clitheroe Castle. I feel like I'm back in Skipton. So, is there anything else to talk about? Have I mentioned everything with crypto stuff? I have done videos on how to buy crypto anonymously in the past. You can use something called trocador.app, and I'll put it in the description. It's a really good tool for decentralized exchanges and privacy. You can use Bitcoin on there. I recently exchanged Sui, which was a bit of a shit coin, but I just cashed it out as it dipped. Lost some cash. But you know, you can do it all private without Binance and Coinbase asking you for a selfie every time you do anything, or why you're doing anything with your money. Which is happening more now. The bank Revolut, they are, well, they're not even really a bank, but they're cracking down on things now. I have a mate who asking for his selfie every time he does anything with any crypto on there. Revolut, I found it very convenient to exchange Bitcoin for money in my bank, but this is where you've got to trade convenience for security and privacy. So, you know, things which are secure and private are usually a bit more awkward because they're providing security and privacy. You know, it's like putting a gun in a padlocked cabinet. It's easier just to have it out, but then everyone knows you've got a gun. So you exchange convenience for security. I think the common argument now for digital ID by all the brainwashed morons is that, well, what have you got to hide? And an open question which wouldn't spark an argument to them would be, do you have curtains? And we say, yep. Do you close them? Yes. Why do you close them? What do you have to hide? It just seems like, especially when you've got a tyrannical regime running the world, privacy would be a good option. And Monero is that option. Buy Monero. Number one. Oh, I found a shrine of somebody here. Thing is, I don't like going over as a YouTuber, like talking and stuff. You know, it might be a very sacred moment. You know, they might be praying for someone who's died. I don't know. I want to climb this mountain. I'll have a quick look. Japan. This reminds me of Street Fighter 2 saying Japan. You fly to Ryu's stage. That's my favourite ending in a video game, Ryu's ending. Doesn't even show up to the podium. Because the fight is everything. He's not bothered about ego, he just likes punching people. He ends up just doing uppercuts in a waterfall when he should be at a ceremony. Yeah, I think I'll leave it here. Looks like there's something going on. I want to walk up there. Maybe getting his raised beds ready for apocalypse. Yeah, I think I found a path I can walk up. Maybe not, but we'll only one way to find out. So, is there anything else to talk about? Talks about my own situation. I've been cashing out my crypto. Might move to Vietnam. My plans change every day though. Change like how the wind blows. So I don't know. Getting a bit warmer now. I've been walking up hills and the sun's coming out. May peace prevail on earth. That's a nice message. I want to get a good view of this for you. These mountains and stuff. Fukushima, it's a bit like Sheffield. It's like a city surrounded by mountains. Like a Japanese Sheffield. Sheffield Japanese version. Hoi! Arigatou gozaimashita. Hoi! See if I can keep walking up this hill somewhere. There's nothing there. Just a big monument. So you never know if it's like a funeral or something. I'm just walking around like a YouTuber. Hey, he must be one of those YouTubers. Can't think of anything else. Anything about Japan. I've talked about how they review things. Too many foreigners here. 3 out of 5. Sometimes they'll leave a really good review of a restaurant. Oh, I loved everything about it. Then it'll get given 2 out of 5. You're thinking, well, fucking hell. What does it need to be a 3? Very critical, I think. But it's all good. I think I've got no other way but down. Unless I look at my phone, if you can bear with me a moment. Oh, there's a map there. Manifested it. Can't understand any of it. Can't even understand where I am on it. Doesn't even show a picture of a shrine and note. Yeah, clueless. I think what I'll do is I'll just keep walking around until I find a path. Sometimes you've got to go down. Sometimes you take a few steps backwards. Oh, and get run over. But if you do get run over, just relax a bit, come to your senses, and then get up when you're ready. Or don't. Just have a lie down and hopefully some beautiful woman revives you. Right, I'm going to walk up this thing. That's got them swing things, but I don't know what you sit on there. You just got to hold on to it like George of the Jungle. No, I thought that were a way up, but it's just a way into some bamboo. It's like a Flintstones prop. So, I suppose I don't have too much else to say, but there we are, there's a nice view anyway. Mountains are surrounded by clouds. Maybe I'll just sit down for a minute. This kids' park. So I can think about anything to talk about. Oh, camera don't want to look at me. I suppose I said it a lot in the previous video, just relax through it and do think everything will be alright as long as your morals, as long as you just do what's right. And everyone knows what's right from when they're born. You know, animals don't need to be taught anything. Well, I suppose they do from their parents. Problem is we get taught by our parents and our parents might be dumb or indoctrinated. I suppose in the wild to survive, you can't be dumb. You've got to be independent and survive. Anyway, do believe it is all a spiritual battle. That's why I say that. Then you make a choice whether or not you go along with this digital, ends up being like an artificial world which is being created pretty fast. Or you choose to step away from that. Otherwise you get caught in the trap, and there are many different traps. The psychological traps, there's things you read in the news that you end up believing are real, but then if you never read any news, you can never get brainwashed with any of it. And maybe then naturally you'd build up an intuition of just knowing what to do. It's like we're all on our own paths in this life, but we're all one. And just to understand that. I don't like using the word understand. Just to know that. But yeah, I can't think of anything else to say. I think I'll leave it there. This is definitely not it though, like this is not your life doesn't end. It definitely doesn't. Like I can't understand people who get so depressed that they end up killing themselves, because I've never been in that state before. I've been depressed quite often, but only minor. Not to the point where I'd want to kill myself. What I was saying before that, depression. What I was saying before depression. It's a state of mind I don't understand. I was talking about a different state of mind that I didn't understand, but I forgot what it were. But yeah, I just oh, that was it. About not believing in God. If you were, what is it, nihilist? If you're a nihilist, I couldn't imagine it. Like, how would you think you're here? I suppose you'd think the official story about it, like a big bang and it's been a coincidence. Hey, it could be true. I don't. Well, you kind of do know in just how life is. It's just not like that. I think the more you connect to life, and you don't have to do anything. There's a lot of ways you can improve just by not doing anything. Like not partaking in an addiction. You don't have to do anything. Actually, that's the way you probably do it. You don't do anything. You don't let your mind run off. And when you stay, the more present you get, the more in wonder how beautiful everything is, becomes more prominent. That just ends up naturally showing that there is a creator. And what is to say that we are not that creator ourselves? I mean, we make the decisions in our own lives completely. I'm sat here on this bench in Fukushima now because I made the choices which eventually led me here. Like a friend I had said, everything is written, everything is choice. Sounds like a conflict, but it's true. You write your own script. Sometimes it takes a long time, like it's going to take me a long time to learn Japanese or other languages, or it's taken me a long time to lose some weight. But, you know, with persistence and commitment, you get there. That's part of your journey. If you have something you want to do, make it part of your journey and watch yourself succeed and bloom and blossom. But seriously, you know, why not? I think I'll leave it there. I hope you're all well. Seek Heil. Seek Heil. Sayonara. And I'll catch you in the next one. Take care of yourselves. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this, and I'll talk to you soon. Take care. Bye. the top now.